Walisema hizo wimbo zinakuanga devilish. Unaingia kwa kama inaingia kwa kichwa. Hebu tucheze hii party after party. Do you hear
Bana,
something like
nothing connecting to the song.
Do you hear something like party after party?
Oh yeah, ndio party after party. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
kuna kuna hiyo like after 1 hour you'll be saying that party after party. Do you believe hii mambo yenye wanasemanga like these musicians use something there is something in their songs so that the song to trend, for a song to trend they have to please someone, and that person, when the song is played, it kind of takes your brain away from reality, and you are somehow, what will I say, in limbo. You are like worshiping something, because they say music is the door to the soul. So your soul has been fed something that is connected to something else somewhere that is communicating through it. Do you think that is true? Ukikaa weka tu chini ujisikilize. You do not have like to give a 100% a rejection or a
No,
commendation.
wait. Who said music is the door to the soul?
It is. Google
No,
right
who
there.
said? Who said? No, I am asking you. When do umeleta information? Mi bana,
It is a
niko
saying.
mlevi, niko mashash, niko mandong.
I
Unataka
can't tell
tena
you.
nianze Google? Is it the Bible? Pardon?
Unasikianga venye tunasikianga wanasema do not trouble hiyo. It's just a saying like
Uh,
that one. So kuna
Sawa,
hawezi
let
sema
me ask you basi. Ngoja, ni sawa, umetoroka hiyo. Let me ask you another question. Soul, what is a soul? Can you
soul
explain to me what a soul is?
is the spirit that is in your body, according to me. It is the spirit that is in your body that controls everything. Have you ever been somewhere and then you say like, I won't do that, wacha ningoje like 5 minutes, and then you hear the thing that you wanted to do, ama usikie ufike pahali kwa gari, you're not able to go, unaona umefika kwa stage but you're not able to go to the car, something else inakukujia, unarudi, and then when you come back you hear ile gari ilikuwa hapa imeenda and it has killed someone. So your soul sensed danger. Are you psychic? It's a
Ishai
psychic.
kuhapenia? No, wait, let's be honest with each other. Ishai kuhapenia? Ushaikaa hivi ukakosa kupanda gari? Ama ni story
Yeah,
unaambiango ya uncle yako?
see Gary, like I was like to do something, and then I didn't do it. And 1 second, that 1 second saved me from getting into a lot of trouble. I'm not going to say what it was. It saved me like 100%. So, hey, tumefika
We
aje
wacha,
hapa?
mimi I will tell you about music. Hapo ndo kwenye tumetoka.
Mhm.
Hiyo mi sijui, but I know of musicians wenye mnakaa chini mnabonga tu na nasema but hiyo ni kali, hiyo inafaa kuwa ngoma, na anaiweka anaimodify. Unaona kitu kama hiyo party after party, au wase they didn't own the master of that song. Hiyo ni beat walikopi kutoka, nimekwambia the original version ilikuwa ya Uganda, so wakajua wako na audience yao, wakapackage hiyo ngoma to the way that wase wataikumbuka kitu yenye. Najua wangesema party, tunaenda party alafu after party tunaenda party, unaona inge make sense, ungekuwa ukikumbuka hiyo ngoma. Lakini sasa hivi wameweka party after party. Yeah, party after party, unaona hiyo ni kitu umse ni master wa mziki, ameipackage in a way that unaweza isikia. So hata hiyo kuweka Illuminati nini, me I don't know, maybe ni organization yenye me I don't believe in soul, I don't believe in all that stuff. Hapo ndo kwenye
Wow.
nilikuwa niende.
Wow.
I don't believe Buddha kata human being, kata ng'ombe, cut it into half, you won't find
So,
that soul that you're saying.
sawa. Swali. Do you
Yeah.
believe you have, si una believe uko na brain? Have you ever seen your brain?
Bro, si brain ni kitu common sense, skull iko ndani ya
No.
brain, tukienda hata saizi nikikatwa. No, it's only common sense kwa sababu msee mwingine amekatwa akapatikana na brain. So I know that since
What
niko
makes
na
you
macho, huyu jamaa sikia, since niko na macho, huyu jamaa mwenye alikatanishwa akapatikana na macho na ako same features na mimi, ako na brain. So I believe, since I have seen the research, I am not an alien. I believe I am a human being, nimezaliwa kama kila mtu. I have a brain.
You see, the
Dark
same way
Lord.
you believe. You see, Mureithi, acha nikuulize. Me, we can argue on this one. So, the same way you know, hiyo unaambiwango ni brain. Who told you it is a brain? How do you know it is the one that operates everything? It's just a perception. Hakuna ati theory like unajua unaambiwango ile ni gari, unaona at least it is driving and moving. That is the engine. That's what rotates the engine. Lakini ushaiona a brain kept somewhere and it is controlling things on its own. So that means there is something that will be removed. How does this brain stop functioning? There is that soul. That soul is what the understanding itself. Yes, you have a brain, but the understanding itself and your personality. There are things. There are people who everybody has a brain, but everybody acts differently.
Bro, wacha nikusimamisha hapo kwa nini, kwa personality. Don't you think personality pia ni kitu tu wasetu walikaa chini wakastudy wakaigroup? Because I feel like personality ni today, if you're an introvert and you decide tomorrow I want to be an extrovert, yes, you'll find difficulties, but with 10 years, or kama umekuwa introvert for 10 years, now you practice your life as an extrovert for 10 years, you'll most likely end up as an extrovert, right? So hizi studies zenyu mingi, me I know the brain controls everything, because ukishutiwa kwa mkono you still function. Mkono inaweza katwa usurvive, lakini the moment umeshutiwa kwa shingo unaweza kufa kwa sababu ya kudrown and stuff. Lakini ukishutiwa kichwa kwa brain, provided the brain enye najua because I am not an alien, tumekatanisha wasee, nimeona research, ukikatanisha mtu ndani, in fact nimeona kwa accident wasee vichwa zinalipuka, ndani yake ni hiyo brain matter. So I know as a human being that is what is inside me, but I do not know about the soul. No, I know for a fact that if human beings have souls, then animals should be having souls, because ukikatanisha human being into half, utapata lungs, utapata bile, utapata liver. The only thing different ni the brain capacity, the thinking capacity. Tumeevolve, tumefikiria the same way. Monkeys zinaweza tumia kijiti ziingishe hivi zipate ants. Ni kuevolve tu, kujichallenge, kutumia the brain. Unaget, Mr. Dark Lord? So me story ya soul, let's head on. Me, I want to fight. I don't know what the soul is. I want to learn from you, bro.
Hiyo Muridhi unanishtua. Lakini sasa nikuulize, hii brain, hujaiona brain imeko? You see, the heart we know. The heart I can believe it is there and it function. Brain, hujaiona brain imetolewa pale iko pale. This is the brain. Let it control the heart. Let it control. Kwa sababu like, let's say mimi nilifanya hii electrical engineering, automotive electrical engineering. So nikaenda, you can it's something like wiring a gari or an aeroplane or something. You can put the engine there and it will function.
Wait, wacha nikupele, umeenda mbali. Wacha nikujibu. Nakujibu swali yako. Sikia bro, acha kwenda electrical engineering, uko mbali na hiyo ni replica. Mtu kama computer, I term the computer as the copy paste ya human being. Motherboard, backbone, the hard disk, brain, blood, electricity. So tulitumia tu the same thing kwa human being. But wacha nikujibu, have you ever seen the brain working? Yes, nishaiona, lakini kwa sababu inahitaji damu, inahitaji nini, itakufa with time. Inahitaji oxygen, hizo vitu zote. Example, kuna mtu mwenye akikatwa shingo, utaona bado kichwa inafunguka vitu kama hizo. Ukiangalia kuna video, sijui kama nitaipata hapa, nyoka ikikatwa shingo, alafu hiyo body yake iwiggle likaribie kwa hiyo mdomo ya hiyo nyoka itaenda kujiuma. Unaona? Bado the brain is functioning, inajua this is a predator, I don't know bana kizungu. So ita attack. Ataka ni mwili yake haijui, juu imeshakatwa, haifeel mwili yake. Kama ingekuwa na mwili yake, ingekuwa ikijua hii ni mwili yangu. You understand?
don't you believe that kuna the battery to this thing functioning is the soul? Now that is how why you are alive. Kwa sababu hata gari you have the engine, it is the heart, you have the wiring, it is whatever the veins and the blood. But if you don't have a source of energy, so the soul, according to me, is the source of energy to existence. So hiyo existence ndio ufunction so that brain can function and say I am murithi. There has to be something, there has to be an energy. It cannot function on its own. Hata gari ukiweka hapa nje and then you remove the battery, ama uweke ndege pale you remove the source of ile nini zinaitangwa aje hizo ma nini whatever they usually call it, hiyo source of power, if you remove it, that thing is functionless. So me, the soul is the battery. It is the battery to life. So if the battery is depleted, you die. When si hata battery ya simu huharibika, so hiyo battery ndio you die and the brain cannot function because it has been the source of energy ina provide hii nini imetolewa. So this soul of yours is me, according to me hakuna heaven or hell. So when you die, you're born in another place. You're born in another place, like let's say India, China, or in another time. Let's call it that. In another time. So the soul exists. And this same soul, depending on how you behaved in your previous life, you will be rewarded in the next life. Ndio unaambiwa ngo behave well, do whatever. And you're all wondering like what? Lakini nobody will come to tell you this. This you have to think for yourself. You have to like come up with it. You have to figure it out. You're not going to be spoon fed. You want to be shown this is the soul. No, you won't see it. But that soul, that same soul is what controls you. Haven't you ever had like a dream and you saw something and then it happened in some time in the future, or in some time in the future? Haven't you had something like that? Haven't you ever connected your life, like you are sleeping and you dream and see something ahead of time, and then like 6 months later that something happens? So how are you able to see that? Because your spirits are accepting it or not. Ndio unasikianga there are taboos, there are curses and everything. How do you expect how do you propose they usually function? Because Nami can give you example. There are some people, even they were told they cannot do something and they can't do it. They can't. Hata ufanya nini, if it was said you can't, you won't do it. And this person who is telling you must be part of your blood. So these things happen, these things. So what is your take on witchcraft? Hebu tuanzie hapo. Witchcraft, hizi sorcery, curses, hizo blessings, hizo. Hebu niambie your take on that.
Buda, sa hizo ndo maswali unafaa kuuliza, si soul sijui nini. Me witchcraft, honestly I don't understand it because sijai experience. Nimejaribu kuinquire, kila mtu ananiambianga kuhusu a story of nyanya yake alinimwambia ama uncle yake, but according to most of the people, what they tell me is if you believe in it, it will work on you, which doesn't actually make sense. Unaona, kama hauamini witchcraft, kwa hivyo does it mean that if you Dark Lord unaamini witchcraft unitupie haitanifanyikia? Cause mi siamini. Unaona, mimi sijui about witchcraft. Hiyo ni kitu yenye nataka research on, nijue actually what happens. But for me, I don't think I actually believe that there is somebody anaweza niroga anifanye hizo vitu. But at the same time kuna hizi data zote zenye ziko huku zenye tunafaa kuwa tukiquestion. Unaget? Because I feel like all this stuff na hiyo kupredict, unajua kuna hadi the Simpsons au sio, wanatumia advanced technology, wanatumia hiyo nini inaitangwa aje, kusoma stars kupredict the future. So unaweza kuta wasee wako skilled na hizo vitu, na wewe ukienda ulearn pale na apprenticeship unaweza kuwa so good with it, unaweza predict the future of things. So
So
vitu kaa
umesema
hizo zinaexplainiwa, kuna vitu kaa hizo zinaexplainiwa na hizo vitu ndogo ndogo, the same way computer until we learn kabisa ndio unaweza kuioperate. Excuse,
at least computer you can learn. So
pardon?
witchcraft.
Si
Computers
Chris,
are don't
uh-huh.
usiweke nini physical things yenye unaweza guza na things that are supernatural. So unataka kusema like why do people go to church? Unasema they usually say they're praying for their souls. They have beliefs like why would there be religion if there is no these souls, there are no curses, there are no witches? Like even in the Bible they are there. If you're a believer, even in the Quran they are there.
Mbona wanaombea soul zao?
See, so that you can have mercy, so that you can have conviction, you have knowledge. You can pray for anything actually, whatever you want. That is the notion. But I'm not saying that it will
Then
happen like.
itatokea no, to let me, tutumie example ya mimi na wewe. You are a believer, I am a believer of the universe not church, because I believe sisi kama Waafrika tulikuwa we had our thing going before the Bible, before the Islam, before all that stuff. We as Africans tulikuwa na our thing, tulikuwa tunafanya. I don't know if we were just living or we were doing our things, but hii Biblia, hizi vitu zote tuliletewa. So wewe, since you're a believer, you're working in a government job, you work hard, unapata do yako, you get the life that you've been prayed for. And me, since I believe in the universe, I tap into the energy of the universe. Niko zile za I need a Mercedes, I need to work harder, I need to visit those offices even more often. Unaget? So who among who is the fool? Kwa wewe mwenye lazima uombe, lazima kuna mtu mwenye unapelekea a portion of your sadaka. Jamaa si ati anatuma, anaomba, ina evaporate, inaenda binguni. Jamaa kesho unampea dhao yako. You know how much these churches collect? Tax-free money. Tax-free, mind you. Mna collect kama 300 every week. Pastor akona a new suit. Every year pastor akona a new car. Every year mkona projects za kanisa. Don't you think this is a guy that is feeding off you? If he was really a pastor, hangekuwa hapo ati lazima tumfeed ndio afidike, lazima tumfeed ndio afaidike. Unaona, ni mse mwenye angekuwa na biashara yake yenye tunaenda, kwa sababu mse ni pastor, mse ako na insurance company, so kwa hivyo hawezi tucheza. Does that make sense? Mse ni the biggest lawyer, so tunafaa kwenda kwa kanisa yake because he is an honest lawyer. We can see it. Kwa sababu mimi ukiniambia ati you are born again, mimi nashangaa. You don't need to tell me if you're born again. I can see it na kuona bro.
Okay, I've heard you a lot. Like I'm here like telling you, not all people who believe in whatever they usually believe in. Like let's say Christians, you are on Christians so much. So our Christians, you're saying they usually go to church. You can just believe and not go to church. It's like some of us, like me, hutaipata kanisa, but you see there is that relationship. I need something. So there is just a superior being that I have to respect or something, so that I can be able to function properly, because that's how I was raised. Even though it is just a system and it is just a method of survival, and you do not have to abide by it, but church is not a must. Same yet you go to church and you believe. Tunaongelelea beliefs zako. Like you said, you are a believer of the universe. Like what your universe, what is it to you? Like what do you believe? Like how do we exist? Are we answerable to someone? Are you a free soul? Umesema hata souls you don't believe. How do you think people function? I'm not getting you. Because according to me, kuna this superior being, there has to be a superior being that supports everything. So that, like, if you pray, for example, we are taking prayer as an example, you pray for something. hiyo umeuliza, you've just placed a request, and then it is for the superior being to either grant or refuse. So as we decide, but it is only approved by the superior being, because we are in the being's realm. So, and we have souls. That's why you hear people like, people are human. Others can't kill. Others can't do what. And that is what defines you, because whatever you believe in defines you. If you believe like waking up and what do people believe? Like if you believe like alcohol is the way, you will drink alcohol and you'll go that way. If you believe alcohol is bad, it will be bad to you. Lakini huwa mwenye anafikiria it is right to them. And then there is this notion of killing. Kuna mtu anajua killing is the job, na wewe according to wewe it is very bad, yeah. So ukiniambia you don't have, yani you believe in any kind of religion, you just believe in the world, I'm puzzled, I'm bamfuzzled.
You're bamboozled. Hii ni kitu
It
yenye
is
niko passionate about. Sikia bro, sijaipata mse mwenye tunaweza argue bila matusi. Najua most of these places inakuanga mse anakuattack, hataki your idea, anakuattack wewe. At least hapa tuna have a conversation ina make sense. Unaona?
yeah.
So let me gather my thoughts. Tucheze nani Liza naona request ya Liza, alafu nikwambie cause mimi I don't believe in inaitwa hiyo
first thing.
yes.
Umesema una believe in universe Andika hapa in universe. If you don't answer, I'll still ask you in universe. Alafu nini ingine? Do you believe there is a superior?
Sisa the superior being the universe at the end of the day. Ama wewe bana unataka tutoe juice yote. Universe at the end of the day ndo msema kweli. Unaona, I might act like a good guy to you.
Alafu you said something on
you
said something on using my horoscope and whatever, and people foreseeing and foretelling. You said, and then you told me somewhere that you don't believe in witchcraft, something like that. Sa hapa mimi nakuweka tu, nitakupata tu, takushika.
Aya, wacha tuchezee nani Liza hiyo didi track yake ya Anji, alafu sasa ndo nilete. It's just hii ngoma ya msichana imeisha already. Check it. Dark Lord. Mimi, one thing I can tell you for sure, for shize, ni the meaning that, what I actually meant by saying that I tap into the energy of the universe. Ni mimi, I will not pray for you to change. I know that let's use an example of a cheater. I know you're a cheater, you cannot be relied on. So nikikuja kudeal na wewe sitakupea, I'll rely ama I will expect you to be a cheater. Ama I will expect you to lie to me. Sijui kama make sense. So I'll deal with you with that information. Lakini sitaenda nikuombee sasa nikuje bado nikiwa na a pure heart the way that I am pure. Nianze hapo sasa ati I have to pray for you ama fast for you. Seme kama Liza as a drunkard for a husband who's abusive. Sasa yeye aende kuomba every day na bado jioni anapigwa zi. Universe inakuonyesha huyu jamaa.
Sauti is not shouting. I cannot hear you. Ebu flash an emoji if you can hear me, Mureithi.
Wewe sikii kabisa.
Unakatika, nasikia
nimespew wisdom hapa sahi.
Pana tujasikia repeat. Ama ulikuwa umekopi pahali. Download tena mbio.
Bra. Niko sure kina Liza wamenisikia bana. Sasa hata nimefika hapo. No, nilikuwa nasema kenye nilikuwa namaanisha nikisema I subscribe ama I tap to the energy of the universe ni I don't want to pray for you, Dark Lord, for you to change. Ama I don't want Lisa if I was Lisa. I don't want to be praying for my drunkard, abusive husband for him or her to change. Naona nishaona hizi ni red flags, tuna step. The same way I was telling you earlier that these relationships, watu wanaona red flags, lakini since you're blinded by this so-called love, mnakaa hapo mkifikiria ati this is love. Even though jamaa wa Safari Rally ameenda, sijui kama anaweza pata hiyo nini damu kwanza mpaka nimekuita Devon, Dark Lord. Damu ilikuwa imeteremka kutoka one floor, I think it was one rest to the next rest. Unaona, just because of love, ati I am going to pray for this person, he or she is going to change, I am going to fast for them. Mi sasa subscribe for that. Mimi nimeona tu signs za wewe unakaa violent. That is the end of us. Nimeona tu sign that you are a liar na nakuhitaji. Nitakuja nikijua huyu jamaa atanidanganya, so I have to put measures. Niweke 1 2 3 ndio ukinidanganya naweza confirm, ukiniambia kitu naweza confirm. Na ni confirm kwa mwingine ndio usikume contaminate pia huyo. Unaona? Sasa ngoja ati sasa I'll give you 1,000 tries hadi ile kwenye utaacha kudanganya ndo that is not me. When you lie once, you lie twice, najua you are a liar, I have to deal with you as a liar. End of my statement, Mr. Host mwenyewe.
Mimi nakwambia hii mambo ati unaambia mtu hiyo haiwezekani. Hiyo ni kitu yenyewe. Hiyo ni kitu yenyewe haiwezekani. That does not make sense ati utaambia mtu. Like kama it is tabia, kuna tabia mbaya, piga mtu. Irarua mtu vita because I don't know, lakini usichape bibi, usichape mtu. Like try to correct them in I don't know. Lakini ya kuambia mtu I don't know how I can help you, lakini unaweza chagua, unajua ukichagua mtu no, that one does not work. Hapo nayo utakuwa ukijidanganya because wanasemanga you can't teach an old dog a new tricks. So if this person is not umemweleza kenye inafaa kufanyika and then it is not happening, then I think there is no reason for this person to continue being there. So you just disconnect from them. If they 100% you cannot bring God into that. No, usifanye dhambi, hata msilaumu shetani mkifanya dhambi ati mnasema ati ni shetani alifanya mfanye dhambi. No. Wewe ukifanya something bad unajua ni umefanya and do not expect that utaomba ati mtu change. No. If you go stealing and get caught, stealing is bad only when you get caught. But if you don't get caught, it is good. So, huyu mtu pia
bro, I have a better one. She is not sorry. Ama he ain't sorry, bro. She just got caught.
Yeah, if you're caught, wanasemanga if you're caught, you just go. Unakubali tu matokeo. If you cannot change, mimi siwezi kubadilisha. You are a human being, yeah? Hata wewe si mtoto. Unajua mtu mzima huwezi mlazimisha mreidhi. Venye tu anataka. Akisikia ataamka saa 5. That same energy ndio iko huku nje, unapata kuna choko, yeah? Kuna ule msee tajiri sana, hivyo tu. That same mentality. Ukiona mtu mwenye unamwambia kitu mnaelewana mfanye kitu then they are not doing it. You see, this person you cannot help each other. Kwa sababu how will you move forward? Kama umeelewana leo, nimekuachia go buy the table. You're not going to buy the table the first day, the second day. Now, how will I see? I just take the money and go and buy the table myself if you can't buy the table, because I cannot force you. Because even by law I'm not supposed to force you. Like if I told you like shower, kuna watu waogangi, haizi oga, utamlazimisha. If you tell there is ile unapeangwa ile chance ya kuchange. You're given like unapea mtu chance afanye kinyo umemwambia, and if you see it is not boarding, unachana naye anaenda tu. Alafu we nilisikia watu wanaitia huku request, tulikuwa tumeandika pale ni music space, alafu tunaongea conspiracy. Sasa hapa. Ati hebu cheza hii,
Hapana, ngoja. Wewe najua bado niko na beef na wewe. Mimi
mimi
nimekujibu to your
Mori-
satisfaction. No, wait. Kahora, pole brother.
yeah,
Kahora. Wewe
yeah.
umeniuliza maswali yangu, nimekujibu. Mimi hujani explainia what a soul is. Nimekuambia if you cut a human being, you cut
I
a dog.
explained to you that
No,
maybe you
listen, wait. Ukate human being into half. Ukate
you're not,
ng'ombe katikati, kata chura katikati, kata hadi samaki katikati, utapata roho, utapata akili, utapata veins. So sijui hiyo soul ni nini unajaribu kuniexplainia.
this is
So I
what
want
is
to
the soul.
know in which part of the body is the soul.
Moridi, answer this question and you'll have answered the soul question. I have a butterfly in my hand. Is it alive or dead? I have a butterfly in my hand. Is it alive or dead?
Buda, ni wewe tu ndo unajua. Kama ulishika kaa imekufa na huku ifinya ikakufa, wewe ndo unajua. So
So,
if you squash it when I said it's not alive, it will be dead. Ama you want
so
to play the smart card, bro? Wezani hapa. Jaribu kwingine.
mi niko na nini kwa mkono. Is it alive or dead? Depending on what you answer and however I want you to come out, either right or wrong, I'll just do it. Because if I say if you say it is alive, I can press it and die. And then if you say it is dead and then I release it, it flies away. So when I press this butterfly in my hand and it dies, what does it lose? What does it lose so that it is dead? What does it lose? There is something, there is a life form in it. So that life form in that butterfly is what is called a soul. You will never see a soul.
Wait. Kahora. Kijana, najua mimi, I am an old man. Niko karibu kuletewa mkwaju na my firstborn. Lakini, when you squash the butterfly, si una squash lungs, una squash veins, unaifinya. All those things, it cannot function anymore. The same way wewe ukipitwa na lori hivi. Ukipitwa vizuri, ipita tu na mkono peke yake ama vidole za miguu, utasurvive. Lakini ikipita na lungs ya side
Brain.
moja, lakini yes?
You said the brain is the one that controls all these functions. Does a butterfly have a brain? Does it have a
Definitely.
brain? It does.
Definitely.
It does.
Lazima inajua, listen, lazima inajua that hey, it's time for me to be a vulva. Time yangu ya season imefika. I need to go to where I live to change into sorry. Bana niliambiwa nitumie kizungu. To metamorph ama kumorph into a butterfly. Unaget? It knows. Si ati ni common sense. Wewe hujui time yenye butterfly inafaa kujua. Time yake imefika. Unaona? The same way fish zina swim upstream. Si ati ni common sense. Zina feel kwa akili yao, zinajua zinafaa kumate. Lakini sasa sisi we are the only species in the animal kingdom. Tunaenda backwards. Ni kama samaki inajaribu kupanda mti yenye iko kwa maji. Tunafikiria tu kuhusu sex. You know, the only thing that siwezi sema the whole species. Kina nyinyi mnafikiria tu sex. Well, in the real sense sex ni kitu natural. Nani anafunza mang'ombe kudinyana? Nani anafunza simba kudinyana? Hiyo ni kitu natural. That is just nature. Do I answer your question? So hii story ya soul, brother, tumia Burueni.
Oh, mean hakuna kitu huku ndani. Unataka and your existence, because there are things you can't do kama wewe. Nikikwambia sasa hii uwe mtu
Listen, si umeniuliza swali. So, I believe heaven and earth, if there is heaven, najua sasa mimi nilikuwa Mkristo. I was brought up in a Christian household, lakini let me come out. Ile kudonate kanisa, alafu napata pastor ndo akona scandals, kuangalia mi guka yangu wako wanajua, even my great grandfather hakuwa anajua hii Christianity ni nini. Hawa sasa walikuwa wanaishi maisha yao, so nika calculate kama an African, nikasema hii kitu ni kitu ya mzungu, I need to tap into my roots yenye nilikuwa na believe as an African. So my church siwezi iaminia hivyo vile unafikiria ati sasa ati tutoe sadaka inatusaidia. Sasa that is the way mimi nimeondokea kwa Christianity, kwa sababu nikicalculate nione the time that we are wasting out there, because tunaambiwa everything is vanity, naona. So unakuta most of us we don't tap into all this electricity and all that, na tunaachwa na hizo opportunities. So what I believe actually ni heaven and earth iko goddamn, heaven and hell iko hapa chini kwa earth, in that ukiua hautangoja ati ukufe ndo ukuwe tormented. Ama dem unaona hapa wenye ameabort, they are having sleepless nights. Ama dem akiumwa tu hivi na any side of a stomach anakumbuka pengine ni ule mtu mwenye nilitoa. Ama the policemen that are killing all these murderers, ule dem wa juzi anaitwa aje, Maxine Wahome, all dem anapata hizo, kama kwanza alitumia stabbing anakumbuka tu akiingia huo jamaa, unaona. I believe the heaven and hell iko hapa chini, au kufi ati sasa unaenda kulipia sin zako ziko huko, lakini in the context that if Christianity is true, kuna heaven and earth kwa Biblia. I don't want to go in heaven, ama to go to heaven just because nilishot the name of the Lord the highest. You get? I want to go heaven, in heaven, to heaven. Goddamn, kizungu pengine Liza anaweza tusaidia. I want to go there kwa sababu nilifanya right, niliconnect na the earth ile. I did good, I did bad kwenye kulikuwa kuna deserve bad. Juu Buddha hawezi nirepia mtoto na expect at nita smile uende jela, na nilikuona pale ukisalimia mtoto mwingine, bro, shotgun to your head, unaona. I'll nita the energy that napeana kwa the universe ni yenye nimepata, si ati a foreign energy najaribu kuimpose to the earth. Jika ina make sense, una flow tu na the energy of the earth. Buddha msee ameleta ufala, anahitaji kuna ile chat ya nini, if you fuck around you get to know how much I fuck around. So jamaa kama amefuck around to a level that anahitaji kujua how much you fuck around, atajua, unaona. Lakini sasa si ati wewe ungangane hapo una push. Buddha, wewe chill, the time utafeel hiyo energy. I think yeye unajaribu kuexplain kama soul, lakini hiyo si soul. Mimi naweza kuambia hiyo soul, sijui hizo vitu zote zenye unajaribu kuderive from the Bible, mimi nimekuja kuzishan as hii ni kitu yenye mzungu mwenye alituletea. Before him tulikuwa tunaishi vizuri sana, na saizi since hayuko, mbona tuendelee tukifuatilia hizi vitu? Tunahitaji kufikiria in our way, because mimi nafikiria bana, hawa sasa vile waliona walikuwa mabarbarian sana, walichange wakasema msijali, kuna a helper, you don't have to revenge, there is a helper. That is my thinking, because me Biblia saizi it will take I don't know who, I think it will take Jesus kukuja hapa ndo ani convince about Biblia. Lakini as for morality, as for doing good for the earth, I actually don't care if you're a Muslim, if you're a thug, provided you're doing good, I'll treat you good. Provided you're doing bad, you deserve bad. Sijui kaina make sense mzai.
You don't make sense at all, kwa sababu umesema there is heaven, and then what goes to heaven if it's not the soul? Alafu umesema ati for Christianity, for you to believe Christianity, you have to see Jesus. You don't make sense, because like right now, which year are we in? Which year are we in? Just answer. I know you know. I know the year, yes, but which year are we in? Answer the question. Answer it. Which year is now? We are in December. Which year? Already. And muting button imekuwa ngumu. Mureithi, we having umesema ni chillax, nimechillax. So tell me which year are we in, Mureithi? It is a very stupid question, but it will lead my point home.
Iza nilikuwa namalizia kitu tuko 2000 years 2022 years
After
after
what?
the death of Christ, lakini ndo nakwambia we didn't know about Christ.
Why are we
Ndo
in this
nakwambia
time?
listen. Sikia point kabla ni mute. Before mzungu akuje, si ati hatukuwa tunahesabu. Sisi kama Afrika tulikuwa na our own, tulikuwa tunajua kuhusu hizo stars, tulikuwa tunajua kufanya vitu in our way. Lakini since tumeletewa na mzungu tunaambiwa sasa mko millennium, sasa mko generation Z, next sasa tutasikia kuna generation XYZ ziko combined kwa sababu ya interracial vitu kaa hizo. If we didn't know about this, hatungekuwa tukisema tuko 2000 years after the death of Christ. Sijui kama ina make sense. Kama tungekuwa bado tuko in our Africanism, as much as na appreciate, hatungekuwa na technology, hatungekuwa tukivaa hizi classic clothes and all that stuff, tungekuwa bado tukisema tuko 100 ama 2000 moons. Does that make sense to you?
Murithi, hii mambo, as much as you refuse it, you have to acknowledge that it exists, because kama hiyo time, unajua hata we usually say the mzungus were bad, but we are wearing their clothes, we are using their phones, we are dressing like them, we are eating like them, we are worshipping their god, the one that you claim that they brought. Yes, we used to have our own god before that, but let's just accept that notion was just backward. It was just backward the way we used to live before this system came in. They came and wiped out like a whole generation. Yes. So like.
No, wait. What have they changed? Usisahau.
You see.
No, listen. No, wait. What have they changed other than saizi bado wanatuibia oil? Saizi bado wanabuy our minerals. As much as tunataka dignify, they are buying it from us. Wanabuy, semeka this phone of mine that I'm using to join the space. Seme minerals zenye wali use kubuy, seme walitumia thao peke yake kubuy, seme hata 10 kgs of the product. Wanaenda wananiuzia hii simu 20,000. So nani mafala? Heri sisi kama walikuwa wanataka kutusaidia, wakuja tuambie hii minerals mko nazo ziko sawa. Ndio nakwambia mimi as per me, I feel like after tumeresist, najua it took like tuseme 4 generations. The same way mimi waambia same right now we are headed tuko in the correct trajectory. The same way tunashinda tukisema China is ahead of us kwa sababu wame get rid of corruption and all that stuff. China, they had to go through the corruption ndio learn the dangers. The same way pia sisi in the next 10 years, saizi tax hata waongeze mimi isifeel, kwani niko na mashida mingi, niko na 10 children that I need to feed. Si feel sana. Lakini in the next 10 years, waongeze hata 1%. Sasa ni mimi ndio nitakuwa mzazi hiyo time. Na I feel. Una get the point? Saizi as a taxpayer, kampuni yangu unalipa little taxes na ngangana kuilipa as less. Lakini hiyo time yenye nimemake, at least I would want to retain as much money as I can. Sasa do yangu ni ya kujibamba. So sijui kama ina make sense kwako. Hawa say kama wangekuwa wajanja, wangetuletea historia ya religion. Wangetuambia, wangekuja wa embrace hiyo religion yenye walipata huku. Because at the end of the day, hizi viatu zenye tunavaa ni leather zenye zilikuwa huku. In fact, kuna traces zenye nitatafuta hiyo report ni post hapa. They found that kuna ngozi za crocodile zenye kwa regions zenye hata crocodiles hazikuwa rather than Africa. Najua zima wanyama wengine wamekuwa important into those places. So at the end of the day, ni sisi tu ndo hatukukuwa na hiyo knowledge. If they were so good, angekuja tuambie kila kitu yenye mnafanya ni ufala cause wanatumia vitu zetu. Kumaanisha sisi tulikuwa wajanja, ni ile hatukukuwa na ile. Najua lazima upatane na mtu mjanja ndo akuexplainie what you're doing is actually stupid. this is the right way of doing things. Unaona, lakini usiniambie ati what you're doing is stupid, then you're advancing what I am using. Okay, Dark Lord.
Haya, ndio majibu yako. First of all, hawa wazungu walikuja like we were told 1900 and they left like 1950. So what were they doing for the 50 years that they were here? According to me, the 50 years that they were here, they were wiping us out. You see, the people who knew all medicine men, you see medicine men, the way we used to get treated, all the ones we were being told, the seers, seekers, prophets, they were being eradicated. If at that time, I'm very sure, I don't know, I wasn't there, but I'm very sure if someone was a medicine man at that time, they were at risk, their life was at risk. Like right now, we usually hear some politician, if they do not like they're not in bed with the government, it's just something like that. You hear someone is dead. I wouldn't mention names because I do not want to waste the sentence. So, that is first. The first thing, the Mzungus came, they eradicated everything. Yeah, waka change. They removed the system that was in function. So, our wahubiri, madaktari, everything. So kwa sababu first religion wakakuja wakatoa hata beliefs zetu. Religion ulikuwa unasikia kulikuwa na kitu inaitwa assimilation. If you accepted to become an Asmile, you would get like benefits. You are treated better, like the countries that were colonized by France. If you knew France and you could talk France well, and it still exists even now. If you know like how to speak German very well, you can get very good jobs in German, and they will accommodate you. They'll ask, provided it is proven that you know their language properly and you are in love with it, they will take you in. They'll take you in. But so you see, hiyo ni part ya religion. You see, religion yenye walileta kwa nini wakaleta Christianity in Africa? We won't talk about Kenya in specific. So why did they bring religion? Religion is a root key. Kama sahii pastor akisema kwa kanisa wamama wasiwape kwa nyumba, like there is this notion that females, if the only people females listen to are pastors and the doctor. If you are either of these two, you will be able to control these people. You will be able to tell people this is bad. You'll see in some churches women cannot wear even trousers because it is believed that wearing trousers in church is wrong. So why did they bring religion? So that they can have influence on you. If someone wants to control you, they have to influence you. So these are just smart people who came to the country and came to take over because we were advances. We were stupid. We did not know what left, right, center. That's why we are speaking English here and we cannot speak Kikuyu because we want to be seen pale juu. Tunataka tuonekane like sisi ndio tunajua, we are the G's, yeah? You want to buy that expensive shoe, you want to buy that expensive car, and yani it uplifts you, but does it matter what clothes you buy today? Because after like 8 months, the clothes that I bought in January, like right now, even if I wore them, they wouldn't uplift me like the same way they did in January because I've worn them like the whole year. People have seen me with it. So hii religion ililetwa hapa kwa sababu they wanted to control us. And if you can get someone to believe in something, then you can have them do anything. Second point, kuna hii part ya independence. None of us got independence because you are talking about minerals and everything. So these people realized that minerals and everything. So we are not going to be giving you because we are many here and you cannot chase us from here. Where the fuck will we go? So they realized forced labor, ndio uliona slavery iliisha. They realized like forced labor is not as effective as willing labor. If someone is willing to do something, it is better than when you're forcing them to do something. So what will we do so that we can keep the notion that these people will start working for us without them knowing they're working for us. They'll think that they're benefiting, but nobody came, hawakuleta religion or anything to help us. Hakuna mtu anaweza fungua biashara asaidie ule mtu mwingine. That is something that is not realistic na ni kitu haiwezekani. Nobody wants to help you. It is for you to vent for yourself. If you can't vent for yourself, nobody will care about you. So our Zungu, they wanted minerals from Kenya, from this world. Like right now, our oil is being mined and being sold, and they're saying it is just trials. And if in any point our leaders decided they won't sell, they won't play along. They won't play along with their games. There is according to me, there is this cartel, this cartel that is unknown. They are the unknowns, the observers. So they control everything that happens. So they told us that we are independent, but why do they have military camps in Kenya? They are like military camps from Britain. You see Israel army coming to Kenya. Why the fuck do we have this? And why is it that when one of the African leaders tries to go against them, they suddenly are the terrorists and they die? So the independence part was a lie. It was a scam. They scammed us. So we are still under colonial rule, and they usually choose for us the president. And if you want to understand that, like during the campaign period, you'll see the African leaders always have to go like in Europe or in Americas, or there is just that notion. They are pretending that there are Kenyans there, they are going to campaign there, but in reality, that is not what they usually go to do. They are going to seek approval. And if that council does not approve you to be a leader, a representative in that country, you won't function. So we were scammed here. We are not independent. We are not. That's something. That's why you'll see some Kenyans getting shot. Hebu enda jaribu kufanya vituko yenye mnafanyanga hapa Kenya in some countries like England or America. You'll see like even people have rights. They are human. Because you'll see like children, you can't beat a child. Kenya enda chezea mzee uone venye utaruan when there is no way you'll take them. So and then you'll be like ati ukichapo ndio they discipline you. But what does caning help? This person can still repeat what they did. So hiyo ni apili. Kwenda gani ingine? Only what? Yeah. So me, I think our watu, they came and influenced us and tricked us. We are still in the trick, and there is nothing we can do about it, even in the realization of this. And ukionekana you are mjanja a little bit, you're taken away. Like umwaisikia hawa wase wenye wanadiscovanga like gari ya kutengeneza. Like I had someone had discovered a car that can run on water. I don't know where they went, because this person was threatening the existence of the fuel companies. So I don't think I will be happy if someone is coming to mess around with where I usually feed. So you will be exterminated. So we are under, what will I say? We are just in a confused place. There is just some superior beings in such a manner that they have created themselves superior. They were not created superior, but they are so smart that they become superior by just having their brain. Just having their brain is like having blood. Their blood in their bodies is just a point of approval, and they rule the world like that. So that I hope you've understood, because I cannot repeat the whole thing. Ebu uliza maswali. I know you have many questions.
Bana ulikuwa umemute mic the whole time. Sasa ndio man. Iwaje utoe submission kama hiyo mtu akwambia haja kusikia. God damn. Lakini the funny thing is the proprietors of all these things. Angalia the number of churches that are being closed down in England. The number of churches that are being closed down and turned into discos in Portugal, all that stuff. Itakupea a rough idea of how much of a scam hadi watu wao wenye walituletea believe in that. So it's high time sisi kama Africa, I don't refuse. It was a good idea to try and keep us on check, to try and push us to be in line as humans, not just as the Africans. Kitu kama HIV tunaweza sema since Bill Gates mwenyewe the owner tunaweza sema the single owner of World Health Organization, because he's the biggest funder. He's the biggest funder. I don't know if a funder is a word, but yeye ndo ana fund the highest kwa hiyo World Health Organization. Yeye mwenyewe alikuja akasema to give a fuck about Africans and the HIV wakufe. Unaona, kitu kaa hiyo yenyewe kucontrol Africans tuna understand, lakini hii nayo ya religion, it was a good idea, lakini it was all a lie. We don't need religion. Yeah, by religion I mean everything, but by everything I mean Hinduism, I mean Christianity, I mean all those stuff put together as religion. We don't need religion to be moral as human beings. I think tumefika a point in life where you do good, just do good because you're a good person. If you're a bad person, just do bad. We'll know you're a bad person, we'll avoid you. We understand. We can't change you as a bad person. Lakini historia kutuambia ati there is a higher being. For you to reach the higher being, you need to go through us and pay some little things. Respect me when I come. I think I make sense. I will respect you for the values that you bring. Tutakurespect wewe kama mse mwenye ana deserve your respect. Lakini si tukurespect kwa sababu unasema, tukurespect kwa sababu unakula pesa yetu. The only reason unakaa kwa church, unaendesha gari ya kanisa the latest model, unakula pesa ni kwa sababu sisi tunatoa. Tukiacha kutoa hivi, you're not that powerful. Unaona? Na tunajua hii sadaka wewe si Mungu. Kama ingekuwa the olden times vile mlikuwa mnasema Buddha, tunatoa ng'ombe, the fattest cows, 100 of them, 100 families of us that sisi ni washirika wa kanisa, tunazieka pale, si ati unang'oa mguu unapeleka, wekelezo ng'ombe hapo zichomeke. Maybe that time sisi kama the youth tunaweza kubali historia ya Christianity and all that. Lakini as for now, tunajua hii pesa haiendi palipopote, ni nyinyi ndo mnakula, nyinyi ndo mnanona. So sita kurespect for that. Mtoto wako anaenda shule kwa sababu mimi ndo nimemlipia fee. Every month natoa tao, nalipa tithe, all that stuff. So I will not subscribe to that. What I'll subscribe to is every month kitu yangu kidogo yenye nimepata, when I feel, unaona, it's not at my obligation. Nikikuwa na hiyo surplus, nitaipeleka pale kwa children's home. We have a good time, nisikie vizuri for my feel. Unaona, si ati nipeleke pasta ajibambe. Nikikuwa huko najibamba na vitu zangu, nikikuwa na surplus, naweza pelekea the rest of the family. Si sasa ati ninyime mtoto wangu a good life, ndio wewe Dark Lord is my brother uishi vizuri. Now we had in fact when elder brother wangu, you had like 5 years ahead of me to kusonga. Naona sasa mimi nimemake it in life, sasa nijinyime kwa sababu yako. Unaona? I want bana nijinyime kwa sababu umse hakukuwa na anything, ni mimi anategemea. Temenye alikaa hivi akasesa kona mini duanzi Dark Lord ndio akona akili kwa hii familia, tuseme ukweli. So hakuna haja muendelee kunilipia fees, mimi lipieni huyu jamaa tunamtegemea, na wewe upush ujue wewe ndio tegemeo kwa kampuni yako, na expect kwa driver. Na sitaingia pale ati niinue miguu kwa meza. I will enter there knowing that I have an obligation, I need to get this mula. Una get? So mi si subscribe kwa hiyo yenyu ati sasa let's do good. Since I am in your family, you should not be having $1 million in your bank and do not feed me. Bro, lilala huko, mimi niliamka 5. Every day naamka 5, nianze space, jinajua is something good. you never supported me even once. Tuko in the same fucking house. Aunge hata uwashe hiyo space ukae uiache Iran. Unaona kitu kaa hiyo. Alafu sasa vile nimeanza kuikulia hapo sasa I should support you as a bro. Haiendi hivyo. You get the same treatment that wewe umeleta. Ukinitreat vibaya, you get the same treatment. Ukinitreat vizuri, then it means me as a human being. Si kwa sababu mimi ni Mkristo, me as a human being, I know good has to be repaid with good.
Already nimekusikiza unasema hakuna superior beings. They are there. Kwa sababu unadhani these systems that we use, unadhani where did they come from? And how do you think the ones who came up with the systems benefit? Like hii system ya time, kuna one system of time. The people who walikaa chini, they decided, time was, you can't expect that it was just there. It was not just there. Someone had to
Oh
sit down.
yeah, scare. Fun fact. Vile tulianza kuhesabu, scare bro, fun fact. Vile saa vile nilisikia explanation nilisikia kama fala. Vile tulijua kuhesabu as human beings. Uko na camel 6, nataka beans gunia 10. Ni the same way the sun unahesabu. Asubuhi 6, sikia bro, 6 asubuhi at the midnight the sun is not there, so ni usiku. Tulifind tu kujicalculatea tu hivyo. Ukiangalia saa 6, 12 is at the middle of the day. Hapo ndo kwenye saa iko. Ikikuwa 5 kwenye jua iko, ndo kwenye ukiangalia tu hiyo clock ina depict the sun. Technically speaking, hiyo clock hivyo inafuata tu vile sun iko. Sun vile inakugonga ndio vile 3 o'clock iko. Vile 4 o'clock iko ndo vile, sijui kama make sense. Angle ya sun ndio vile iko. So I feel like ni kusoma tu, unakaa chini una research.
Sasa unajua ndio sasa ukuje wewe so that you came and learned that. Ule mwenye alidiscover that, don't you think alicommercialize that thing, time? And if you're ever really seen, there is this theory of time travel and everything. And there are even clips of showing that. Google. So me think the one who discovered time discovered all the portals and hid them. So this person is able to.
Portals gani? Wait. Hey Buddha, kahora. Portals gani?
I don't know. Ebu pitia zile vitu mimi nimelike hapo hivyo. You'll see. Wewe tu ukiwa umeboeka wewe pitia tu vitu nimelike. You'll see. Me I like exploring and discovering things. So kuna hao watu wenye wali discover time because it was just someone did not just wake up and start saying it is morning, it is in the afternoon, then it is evening. So there are people who sat down and decided there's need to be to gauge this one, and then this person unataka kusema alienda wapi. So kuna mtu mwenye alihesabu baka miaka. Where do you think this person went? Oh, the
alihesabu nini? Pole bro. Alihesabu miaka gani hizo?
We are talking about the generation. You can't say we only started counting 2000 years ago. So that isemekane ni 2000 ndio akaleta hiki tunaitwa religion. Akaleta mtu anaitwa nani? Yesu. So that we can say ilikuwa AD ni before Christ. BC ndio before Christ. Alafu AD ni after death ama ni nini? Yeah. Mimi sijui hiyo vitu vizuri, I don't want to be sitaki ku out of context. So huyu mtu mwenye akaleta hiyo notion ya religion. So huyu mtu is still controlling us kwa sababu alileta hii religion so that we can have a parameter as an SI unit of counting time. So alileta religion, akaleta Yesu. I don't know how these other religions do it because I'm not well versed in that.
Sikia, ngoja. So as we were talking, sikia bro, as we were talking nilikuwa na Google hapa. Nimegoogle which is the oldest number system. Nimeona 5,000 years ago. Hiyo
Yeah,
ndo the
that
oldest
person,
system.
yeah, that unajua there is
Saizi ngoja kahora nini
ndio kitu ifanyike, something like Toyota to happen. It is not a one man job. It is not a one man job. Like Mercedes is not a one man job. It is a whole generation job. Like tunasema Mureithi anakuja ana create Mercedes, anatengeneza Benz S2, so mtoto wake atakuja atengeneza a better version of it, and then the other child. So kuna hawa watoto we know of Toyota. So what about the children of time? Wenye walileta hii notion ya time, to count time, kwa sababu wanasema hiyo 5000 years ago. So hiyo ni kusema like the greatest of grandfathers alianza a session of saying it is morning, and then mtoto wake akakuja akasema it is afternoon, mwingine akakuja akasema it is evening, and then they said that is day one.
Mimi sijui kuhusu hiyo, lakini nakwambia the person that created the sun, sorry, listen bro, the person that created the watch aliangalia tu sun, sijui ka sun ni star, cause yeah, sun kama saizi ni 12, sun iko 90 degrees, iko huko juu kabisa. Sijui ka ina make sense.
Does not make sense.
So mi sijui kama iliwatake
it does not make sense kwa sababu ask Lisa wherever she is. It is like a few hours before or after. Ask people who are in US. They are already asleep right now. They are like asleep. So hiyo notion yako ya ati sun, no, it does not function like that. Doesn't.
No, lakini saa ya US inasoma ni 12 sahi ama inasoma ni 12 usiku?
It is not 12 there.
Because the reason why I don't subscribe to the Bible ni Biblia. Ukiangalia saizi tuko 2000 years after the death of Christ, naona, na ukiangalia ukifanya mahesabu yako ilikuwa about 1400 years before the birth of Christ according to the Bible. Does it mean that hakukuwa na life before the 3400 years?
There was life, but listen, Murithi, you're not getting my point. I'm telling you there is these people who discovered it. So these people kabla wakuje ndio sasa waanze hiyo ku count like in years. They had to come up with a system. They had to come up with a system. And ndio unasikianga hizi theories za vampires, and maybe perhaps you say it is a theory and then you say it is true, but they do exist because hakuna mtu anakaanga hivi anaanza kufikiria to something. If in every rumor there is truth behind every rumor. Some sort of, we're not saying it's 100% truth, but there is some sense of truth in the rumor. So hapa unasema like if you don't believe in the Bible because before these 2000 years what was happening. Na mimi nimekuexplainia very clearly this religion ililetwa so that we can have a parameter of measuring time, kwa sababu waliona like yes, they were counting in years, but now the years had become many and they did not know how to name them, so they started from zero. They said from now we'll start at zero because we cannot go back and start counting what we had done before. Now they had discovered days. We said they discovered morning, afternoon, and evening. And then they discovered today it is a day. Then they discovered it is a week. And then they discovered it is a month. And then they discovered it is a year. So the years became too many. And they had to have an algorithm that will be based, it dictate how time will be counted. So this is how they dictated it. Later wakasema we'll bring something that will be celebrated all over the world. Like right now we are how many days? We have 4 days to celebrate the birthday of this time. I think Christmas, we do not celebrate the birth of Christ. And in reality, we do celebrate the discovery of how to articulate time. But nobody will tell you that. Nobody. Hakuna pali utaandiko, and it is not written down. Because they are protecting themselves. Because the moment you share something with people, They want to do that. Like ukiona jirani amefungua duka, you get money, you want to open a shop, you'll want to start your own time. So this one will be kept a secret because actually the things that you know, ile yenye unaendanga shule unasoma, that's why education is a scam. Kwa sababu the things that you go to study are what people did, and they wrote down. Who said they were right? Who said they were right? It's just a perception, and it is just reviewed by like 10 people, and then it is put in the system musome. So these ones are secret. So whatever you know right now, Mreithi, yeah, it is what they thought is right for you to know. But kuna vitu mingi haujui, like they say there is nothing new on earth. So wewe tufanye nini? They have discovered it all. They have lived it before. That's why I'm coming to this theory of there are creatures that do not die. That's why there is a supreme being. Yeah. And if you're listening to the, go and watch a movie called Wednesday. Go and watch a movie called American Gods. It is a series. So it's, I don't know, season 2 or what. Go and read and watch that. So it gives you a perspective ingine you see like there is a god of water, whatever, god of whatever. So are you a god? And we were told somewhere, I don't know if, like in Old Testament, all Testament is the same. It is generalized all religions. I don't get Hindu and Islam and everything is the same. So creation story is the same for everybody because we there is that supreme being. So, kuna part muliambiwa like I've forgotten. I need to be writing down. So kuna part muliambiwa like kuna kuanga na hey, will I remember? Nimeanza kuexplain sana. Ebu we play this Lisa song then come back with it. We request pale chini, hii ni music space, tulianza vituko hapa ndani.
Sijaona hiyo request ya Liza.
Iko pale kwa comment section, acha nicheze alafu you'll play the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.